Wake Up with Jim and Sab is exclusively on Spotify.
And if you want to start your own podcast, you can check out anchor.fm.
If you love the pod and you want to support us, make sure you follow us on Spotify. Also, you can tag us on Instagram and Twitter at Wake Up with Jim and Sab. Welcome to the Wake Up with Jim and Sab podcast. Today,
Like, iba sa intro. How old are you, Jim?
I am 33.
You know, is it true that you stop counting? Like, you keep forgetting after you turn 27, apparently you keep forgetting how old you are. And that's I read that somewhere and it's so true for me.
Ako rin.
As in, I can never remember if I'm 32 or if I'm
Pero ako personally,
31.
after 30, wala. I keep thinking it's my 30th birthday.
Oh, that's nice. Ako rin.
Yeah.
Gaya-gaya. That's also the case for me. But even if we're in our 30s, I feel I feel youthful.
Ako rin. I mean, kaya nga I keep forgetting that I'm turning 34.
Yeah. Can you
Diba?
imagine when we were in college, like when I was 17, I'd look at
Yuck.
the 30-year-olds and be
Parang
like,
kadiri ka.
hindi naman ganon.
Ako ganun ako.
Hindi naman ageist. Rock of ageist. No, it just never occurred to me. My dumb 17-year-old mind thought that that's never gonna happen to me.
Yeah.
Look at those guys. But now here we are. And
Living it up. Well,
I always felt sorry.
what we're gonna talk about today is we're gonna talk about managing your energy, especially as you grow older. And the reason why we wanted to talk about this, because the other day, it's a running joke sa aming dalawa ni Sab at night. One, ako with all my I'm bathing in essential oils.
Oh my gosh.
I'm bathing in Vicks all over my body.
It's like you're putting stuff to deter my kisses. Parang, good night. Oh my God, menthol. Nakahalik ako ng menthol or lavender, eucalyptus, keme.
So si Sab naman, also like I come in, she has a face mask. She for a time she had like a mouth guard. She had like an anti-snoring thing. So and then ang dami ng rituals, parami rituals, and even even during meals. Kasi
Yeah.
when we were younger, di ba when you look at your parents and then kuwari, kayo you're having 6 slices of pizza. And then my dad would always be like, I'll just have one. Laging ganon.
yeah.
Or may kita mo na like sila parang tatabi nila yung taba ng pork chop. Pero ako kakainin ko yung taba.
Oh, that's...
And they'd always say, Jimbo. So and I always wondered like, why?
Yeah.
Like, why are you...
And now we are so crazy if there's no salad on the table.
Yeah. As in every meal, may salad. It feels weird pag walang salad. And yun nga, parang... And I think it just really brought me back to especially our early days of dating. Okay? So just... I'm sure
What brought you back?
Sorry. Ito pala, hindi ko pala nasabi. So for the first time in a really long time, si Ali of Linya Linya came here and we did like a mid-year planning. And of course, at night, we had our quote-unquote fellowship night. Parang enjoy. We haven't seen each other in 6 months.
Yeah, wow.
Since we did the yearly planning in January. And anyway, we only had one beer. He was here until 1 a.m. I was so sleepy. And then, but it felt good. Diba? So I just remember, kaya I said na it brought me back to our early days.
Yes.
Na our regular schedule was, I go to work in Ortigas or Makati. Sige, Makati, both faces. Yeah. I go to Makati from Quezon City. Be at work until 7, 8. Go to Saab, she was still in Libis area. We would party, as in from
No, you'd pick me up in Libis,
pick
go
you up-
back to Makati.
Go back to Makati. Yeah.
Hindi naman Makati. Makati ba?
Yes. We'd go back to Makati. We'd go to 3-4 bars. As in, hopping talaga. Call up Manny on, let's say, it's supposed to be a date. Sobra kami nag-i-enjoy. Tatawagan namin si Manny na, punta dito!
Tayo dito, bro!
Punta dito! Tapos si Manny, sige, papunta na ako. Tapos, third bar, Manny's still there. Fourth bar, we call another friend. Fifth bar, si Saab talaga yung, ikaw talaga yung,
Hindi naman, alam mo, OA yung fifth bar. I have to put my foot down.
okay, fourth. Yung,
four.
Yung,
That's such a big difference.
yung laging kong asar sa'yo. Wala talagang timing si Saab dun sa friendly booty call.
Ano yun?
Hindi, a friendly booty call is, Manny, saan ka?
Yeah, okay.
Diba?
Yeah.
Si Saab lagi pagpatapos na, you feel like puking, you wanna sleep, you wanna take a bath. Dun si Saab biglang, girl, punta ka dito.
Hello, saan ka?
Tapos or sasabihin ko, okay, parang we're all ready to say, sige, good night. Sasabihin ni Saab, papunta si ano dito, tinawagan ko si
Lauren.
si Lauren. Tapos kami, oh my God.
It's not over. Yeah, we had all the energy to keep, the night going. And
And then repeat. So I'd go home 6 a.m., take a bath, sleep for like 2 hours, 3 hours, drive to the office, sleep in my car, be in time for work.
how are you in time for work if you go home at 6, sleep 3 hours, and then travel? So, because at the time, when you were in an agency, it was pretty flexible.
Makati eh. And Makati ako nun eh.
Doon ka natutulog.
Yeah,
Okay,
diba?
tama. Okay, anyway.
Oh.
But as we know, as we grow older, diba, that energy, sorry to say, diminishes. And now that we are quarantined at home and staying on lockdown, I think it's very important to preserve the energy that we have because it can be difficult to manage right now. Kasi parang at the start, Jim, no? Especially you, bursts yung sayo eh.
Yeah.
Parang super productive. Like, todo this week, exag. And then the next, like, oh gosh, like, I'm burnt out and I don't want to do
I don't want to do
anything.
this anymore. Yeah.
I don't want to do this anymore. Shut up.
Ano ulit yun?
Rihanna.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so here are some tips for you guys if you feel like you are not being able to manage your energy as well as you should be. The number one tip would be to try to minimize the energy suckers.
Identify
Identify it and try to minimize your exposure to these energy suckers. My number one would be...
And sorry, and when we talk about energy, it's not just like kasi kanina we talked about physical energy na magpupuyat kami in our younger days, pupuyat, next day go to work, I'd be productive at work, and then I'd gig at night.
Yes, it's pretty crazy.
Diba? So, and I would write songs, in the weekend and I do work and whatever.
Yeah, now it's like, talaga, mag-movie tayo mamaya sa living room. Kapagod. Tulog na lang tayo.
Hindi naman.
Hindi naman ganun.
So,
Hindi pa naman, no. We have to keep it, keep the spark alive. Tsaka.
So just to clarify, in our younger days, we just had so much physical and mental energy. And of course, those two are correlated. But syempre, when you're younger, the dependency on the physical energy was so much more. Because right now, at our age, like if you're tired, medyo katamad to you wouldn't have the same, if you're physically tired, kulang ka sa tulog. Ako ngayon, di ba? If kulang ako sa tulog, my whole day's ruined.
Yeah.
It feels like a hangover. Parang ganon.
Yeah.
So, anyway, okay. So, we're gonna talk about energy suckers. Ano ba yung mga nagpapasira both physically and mentally?
I think for me, the number one thing would be anger. You waste so much time on that. When you're angry at things, when you're angry at people, because that's just parang ang daming energy Because diba, like emotionally
Yeah.
and like parang that's all you're thinking about because you're so angry. So when you find yourself being angry, I mean, of course it's an emotion, it's a feeling. You allow yourself to be angry, but then you have to step back and then just figure out parang give yourself a time limit and be like, okay, I mean, I know it sounds easier. I mean, it's easier said than done. But be aware lang when you find yourself being angry because it's a lot of energy and you're wasting it if you're not being productive to you know, if you're angry at I was trying to register for the vaccine and the freaking Easy Consult website was just bringing me down. I waited 4 hours and then it flopped on me. It failed. I waited 4 hours and then puro error and then I wasn't able to apply. And I could have gotten angry. I was angry. Of course I'm a human being. I got angry, pero it's like, okay, well, you know what? In my head, okay, that really really sucks. It's very inconvenient. Pero what can I do? All right, let's find another avenue. And so I've tried the new portal sa QC vaccine. Kasi instead of like, kakaasar talaga to, wala tayong magagawa eh. Wala, sira talaga siya eh. So I could have spent like 2 hours just mulling it over and dragging it on and wala. I would have just wasted all that energy on that. Instead, I just changed my thought and I was thinking, okay, well, at least there's this other option. So let's go do that.
Yeah.
So that was an example of my good management of my energy. Okay.
And just the other day, actually, I was having a bad day, and then Saab knew it, and we got into a situation where I could have gotten really angry, and ang ganda ng sinabi mo sa akin na, I know you're gonna regret this. Why don't you just calm down, step back, and then you'll feel much lighter if you don't, kung hindi mo papatulan to.
Oh,
And
yeah,
it really
that.
helped. And so the reason why anger is also a big energy sucker is because of the regret after.
Yeah.
Magsisisi ka. Yun yung, ako for me, personally, like since, yun nga, I have a company, mas nakakapagod yun. Because at the end of the day, I really don't like getting mad at people. But it's necessary, but you can manage it better.
Yes. And make it parang channel it into productivity, finding solutions and,
Yeah.
all that.
The next one is,
yeah.
mine is social media talaga.
Yeah, that is a big energy sucker.
And I can, for a fact, the past week, or the past 3 days, we constantly advocate on this pod that you should not start your day
Definitely.
looking at your phone.
Yes.
And I've been doing that the past 3 days. Talagang, ang pangit talaga. As in, and alam ko how it feels eh. Every morning you think like, okay lang.
Isa lang naman eh.
Isa lang, titingin lang naman ako ganun. Ako kasi, the problem is, it's the NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
So, as soon as I wake up, I just see like if there's something big.
Yeah.
And then somehow, kaya talagang brainwashed.
Yeah.
Kung saan ako mapupunta. And then you see one post of one person that's annoying, or you see one thing that you don't even know it. But somehow, and for most people, kung you see something, it makes you feel insecure.
Yeah.
Parang, it's so easy to get turned off from being energetic about doing something today.
Yeah, that's true.
Diba?
You just feel small.
You feel small, you feel like, kahit pala gawin ko to today, this really small step compared to this person I know who's done this.
Yeah.
So, it's such an energy sucker. And even like, what I realized, sabi, yung while we're walking lang, always on our phone. Like, here in the house, like, up and down the stairs, we have to tell each other, phone, ganun kami.
Yeah.
And the other day, I freaking fell down the stairs.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at an IG story of someone I'm not even close to. I almost died looking
Oh
at
my
a
gosh.
story of someone I don't really care about.
Oh, I hate that. I really don't like that. So never again. You know what actually helps for me, Jim? When I started doing my focus sessions on jimandsab.com with our podrons, we have these focus groups and we do Pomodoro technique. That's 25-minute intervals of just energy bursts where you get your stuff done. And then during those 25 minutes na naka-timer, I really put my phone away in my drawer and I can't look at it.
Oh.
It really, really helps me. Super.
Nice.
Kasi nga, in my head, it's like, if what's urgent? I'm not a doctor. No one's gonna die if I don't reply right now. It's 25 minutes. It can wait. Right now, I'm gonna focus on the task
Ganda.
at hand. Yes. So there.
Ako, so diba I was in that rut. So for the past 2 days, went back. I woke up, I meditated. Nag 10 minutes meditation lang ako. Ang hirap talaga. Sobrang hirap talaga ng
Because
meditation.
naman 10 minutes ka agad, Jimmy, it's like practice. You have to do it really slowly. Kahit 1 minute lang
Hindi
muna.
pa kasi tayo bayad sa premium cam.
You don't need to use the Calm app.
O nag-YouTube ako kanina.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Yes, I
Pero
stopped my
nakakatawa.
subscription to that.
Nasa stress out ako dun sa YouTube lang kasi baka biglang
May ad?
Biglang Shopee or something.
It's a 1 minute thing.
Yeah. So, I meditated and it's so hard talaga. Imposible talaga. Like, ako talagang grabe yung... Pero I see how my brain is wired. Talaga, like, talagang checklist. Sinusort ko na ano yung gagawin ko this morning. Nakikita ko na yung blocks ko of my day.
So that's not meditating.
Hindi. Kaya I have to keep going back to my breath.
Yeah.
So, anyway...
You know what the equivalent of that is? It's like if you didn't work out for a really long time and then you start carrying like the heaviest thing.
Yeah.
10 minutes of meditation, it's not easy.
Again, yung ano ko lang naman dyan is yung siguro yung parental guilt. Ang nangyayari kasi sa akin is if I hear one of the kids, parang I feel like
What am I doing just sitting
that's
here?
the first thing I have to do. Oh, parang gano'n. So,
Yeah.
pero sabi ko, sige, I have to... and again, I remember this advice from my friend who said whenever he would go home, he would sit in the car for 10 minutes. Hindi man siguro 5 minutes. 30 minutes.
Problema niya.
He'd sit in the car 5 minutes before entering his home and seeing his family. Para lang, okay, iniwan ko na yung work. Wala lang. Parang I like that notion of being mentally prepared for when you see people you love.
That's
diba?
really good.
So, yun, social media.
Connected
and then,
to that nga is worry, which you can
ako nga, more pala sa worry yung
Yung
meditation.
meditation
Last
thing.
lang, add ko lang sa social media. Nagano ako, di ba? Yung sa style mo, yung Pomodoro, because nga, Pomodoro. Nagka-rut ako. What I do now is I play a vinyl record and I can only look at my phone, stop working after 3 songs.
Ah, okay, that's nice.
Diba?
That's nice.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, the next one is another energy sucker is worry, obviously.
Well, my tip there is that there's think about, write down everything you're worried about. Honestly, here's a tip. Write down everything you're worried about and then like give yourself, like set a timer, 5 minutes. Write it all down. What are you worried about right now? After 5 minutes of writing it down, tignan mo ulit yung list mo and then see, is there anything I can do about this? One by one. Is there anything I can do? Is there? Yes? No? No? If no, then wala. This next one. Oh, could I say sorry to this person because I keep worrying kung galit siya sa akin? Then send that message. Just say, oh, sorry. Like, something like that. That totally just cleans all your worries. Kasi if there's nothing that you can do about it, there is no use worrying about it. Are you worried that, kunwari ako, I'm worrying about my kids' dental hygiene. I keep worrying about it. Kasi they haven't been to the dentist in so long. We've been on lockdown. I mean, Pancho went once and Vito hasn't been to the dentist. He's turning 2, and I have been worrying because if their teeth rots or if they get a toothache, they won't eat. Therefore, their nutrition is affected. Yes, that's how my brain works. It's prone to worrying. But because nga I've learned this, I really parang ako, oh, what can I do about this? I keep worrying about this. Put it on the calendar. What? The appointment. Go. Okay. It's done. It's there. Then I'm not thinking about it anymore. So there. That's a concrete
That's
thing
an
that you can do.
amazing tip.
I know. Follow me as life coach Saab. I'm starting a new career. Check out.
Another tip for I'd like to share is a brain dump.
Yeah, that's it.
Yun naman, tama yun, yung 5 minutes. Pero ito, wala kang kailangan isipin. Get a notebook and then for 10 minutes straight, put a timer, write everything that's in your head. Don't doesn't have to make sense, doesn't have to be in order. Basta the first thing, kunwari like, shit, nakakatamad magsulat. Ay nako, yung ballpen ko wala ng tinta. Oh no, hala, wala na akong masulat. Ano pa kaya? Ganyan. It's okay. But it will clear your head, and yun nga, I always say na i-Marie Kondo mo yung utak mo. You have to declutter your mind. And every day, our minds are like paper trays. Diba? Na every text, every email, every favor asked of you goes into that pile.
That
You
inbox.
have to sort it. You have to organize
Your
it.
mind inbox.
Yeah.
Very good. That's really nice.
And ako, in connection to the first 3 things we said, yung nag-start ng rut ko has been the bad diet. Our diet,
Because you, parang for a whole week you were like binging on sweets. The ensaymada is the culprit.
Nag-start sa ensaymada. Kasi just so you know, I stopped eating sweets for 2 months. Diba? Wow. Parang hindi ako nag-brownie, hindi ako nag-cake, hindi ako nag-cookie. And it really helped me with my mood. And it's really true.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, that's another energy sucker. Bad diets.
Yan. So bad diet. Because, yun nga, food is your fuel. Okay? And just think of it as, just like, I don't know anything about cars. Pero alam ko na hindi mo pwedeng lagyan ng ihe yung kotse.
Well, technically, pwede. Hindi dapat.
Hindi. Technically, yeah. Oh. Pwede naman. Pwede ka naman talaga kumain ng whatever, basura, 'di ba? Pero hindi dapat. So, ang point ko is, let's like, for example, you eat a lot of high sugar stuff. One, that will make you hungry easily. That won't make you full, as opposed to eating oats and high fiber, protein, whatever. And then
the crash is the worst.
You crash, you lose energy.
You get sleepy.
And the crash, ako sa akin personally, it happens the next day.
Oh.
So kung let's say, parang sabi ko nga
No, because you have sweets usually after dinner.
Yeah. Naisip ko, what? Ganito na, ito na ba age ko na, like, a cookie is an equivalent of a bottle of scotch? Kasi ganun yung feeling ko eh.
Well, a cookie is different from 4 cookies, Jim. Shut up. I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm kidding. Ako yung bumababa at midnight. Okay, I'm gonna say it before you do. Ako yung bumababa at midnight, just being so quiet like a mouse to get a freaking cookie and then eat it in the hallway.
Watching Pancho
in the baby monitor.
Yeah, so bad diet, lack of sleep, that's an energy sucker. So all these things kasi,
It's before another very big energy sucker is feeling na you're alone, being disconnected from other people. I feel like that's an energy sucker kasi you're alone in your thoughts and you're just, I mean, you're not supposed to hate being alone. It's okay, but too much of it could cause you to be lonely. Being alone is different from being lonely. So I would say, to up your energy, it's really good to connect with other people. Yeah.
And it's it's really true kasi before I met up with Ali, and as soon as we did, I really didn't know how to, parang all my social cues were off. But it was so necessary. I felt like a human being again.
Yeah.
I see you guys every day, diba? And that's what keeps me sane. Pero I mean, iba pa rin to hear another voice, to hear, physical. And you can, as much as possible, parang find ways to join communities and, be part of groups to really, reclaim your humanity.
Yeah, that's why I love nga our Facebook group.
Yeah.
Yes, and our podrons over at Jim and Saab. Yeah.
And yun, so parang all these energy suckers kasi, they'll lead to you burning out. And ako personally, like this year, diba? Like right now, I'm in a rut. Pero last year, burnout. What do you mean by burnout? For me, my definition of a burnout is like, you just don't want anything to do with that thing. Or it could be everything. Diba? Yun nga, when the quarantine happened, I was like, okay, oh no more gigs. I need to put my energy in something else. Started making music videos, started doing this, recording, learning, blah, blah, blah. And
That was very intense.
Intense. Nag-aaway kami ni Saab kasi I was giving deadlines, blah, blah, blah. And then after a month or so, I said, ayoko nang makarinig ng music.
Aww.
I didn't listen to music for a good 1 month.
Yeah.
Except for when we're playing music for the boys. Pero me personally, sitting down and listening music, wala. So that was a burnout talaga. And the way I handled it was, I sought help, talked to you about it. I identified what caused it. So yun, I knew that a lot of it was from those energy suckers. And then after I identified it, I made an action plan.
Yeah.
So ang ginawa ko, I sought help, advice from different friends. Like I would ask them, what are you listening to now? And then parang just for the slowly, and then I bought a vinyl, I bought more records, and and yun lang, parang small steps, pero hindi ko binawi agad. Kasi syempre, it's easy mag-burnout.
Yeah.
Lalo na ako in the ad agency, in my ad agency life before. Ganun yung flow eh. You get burnt out, you fill it up again with so much energy. New client, new whatever, burnout, and then ganun na naman.
Oh.
So my suggestion is, once you get burnt out, it doesn't mean that you have to match na naman whatever previous level of it can come in increments, diba? Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good that's a good experience to share. Na parang na over yung parang it was excitement, which is good, but also you put a lot of pressure on yourself. No? That's why you weren't able to manage that energy as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So before we continue, we're going to take a break. It's important to keep ourselves energized, so we should always find ways to be healthy both physically and mentally. With Baroka, you can be focused and energized so you can take charge of your energy, mental sharpness, and day-to-day moments. Baroka is an effervescent refreshment with great flavors: orange, citrus, mixed berries, and mango orange. And it enhances mental sharpness and supports physical energy.
Baroka also has community experiences where you can register
At superchargedsquad.baroka.com.ph
for fun-filled classes that will help you grind, boost, and recharge. These Baroka community experiences will not only help you enhance your productivity and creativity as you grind out the second half of 2021, but will also help maintain and boost your fitness habits. It's important to #be supercharged. #be supercharged with Baroka.
Okay, we're back. So I think what we want to do now is share some tips on how to refill that energy, diba?
That energy jar.
That jug.
A bucket. The
That
energy bucket.
Energy bucket. Kasi nga, na-suck na yung energy. Now you have to suck it back.
You can't tabo from an empty bucket.
So, and I think the reason why we can share some tips is because for the past few months, we've really felt like this natural high and this super burst of energy.
Factory.
And kaya nga parang nagla-lunch kami. Oh, new ideas, new whatever. I have this again. We want to do this. We want to do that. We have so much. So for the house, let's do this for the house. Let's do this for the boys. Let's do this for our business. So all that, I mean, I think was a result of these things that we did. Number one, we really, and as I mentioned kanina, na yes, I'm guilty of getting off this routine. Pero yung mentally preparing yourself to get through the day.
Yeah.
Diba?
You mean going off?
What did I say?
Getting off.
Well,
It really gets you off, I guess. No, and it's okay, Jim. You should allow yourself that. Ako, that was my biggest mistake. It was parang being so hard on myself, punishing myself when I would wake up and then things wouldn't go exactly the way as I planned, or it's not in my routine. And then I would just, oh my gosh, wala na. Hindi ako nag-exercise kanina when I said I would. So my whole day is ruined. I want like tomorrow na lang. Kasi ayoko na eh, mali na yung today. And then when I learned to stop doing that to myself and, you know, being kind to myself, caring for myself, that's when things started to get moving. Things started to get done. Because when you're kind to yourself, then your feelings change. And your feelings about yourself is that, oh, I'm really excited. And when you're excited, you get more stuff done. So I would say, guys, you have to be kind to yourself, and it's really, really important to have self-care.
yeah.
To do self-care.
And in order to get to that point, my next tip is proper self-assessment. Because, like you said, yung sabi mo, yung trigger mo is like, oh, hindi ko nagawa yung exercise, Ako, yung ko talaga, yung ganun ko is, if I start the day looking at the phone, I don't know why, it ruins my whole day. Pero even if, let's say, I committed, and by assessing myself, I knew, okay, even if I skip a morning workout, I really include this in my day. I'll find a way. Ikaw kasi hindi, diba? Parang morning mo lang gusto mag-workout. Ako, whether it's 10 p.m., 5 p.m. So therefore, what I did was, I changed my whole schedule based on that. So it was a good assessment on my part na ano ba yung triggers ko? Ito yung talagang kailangan kong iwasan. And then I'm gonna work my schedule around this.
Yeah.
Na parang kung before it was wake up, boys time, blah 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 blah. What I said, sige, alam ko na I really need the morning to win. Give me 10 minutes to stretch and do meditation. I'll be a better dad, I'll be a better husband, a better leader, whatever.
Aww.
Diba?
This is your version of stopping in the car and taking 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Aww.
Ganon. So, but it's, before the day starts.
Yeah.
And another thing is when you assess yourself, you can also find out na you can get to the point na, oh, I can't do this on my own. Once you get to that point, then you can seek professional help. You can go to people you trust and love and ask for help. Kasi if you know what the triggers are for, you know the things that bring you down, then you can address them. Okay?
Yeah.
And then the next one is choosing your mindset.
I am a big believer of this.
Hindi ko pa rin super grasp to.
Okay, here is something that is life-changing that I learned. I'm gonna do a separate podcast episode for this, but just to make it quick lang, I'm gonna share with you this life-changing, I'm not gonna call it a hack, because it's not even, ano ba? Parang,
It's a fact.
It's a fact. No, it's a fact. So in choosing your mindset, so this is the thing, shucks, I wish I could credit it to whoever thought of this, but this is called the model. So you think of your circumstance. Your circumstance is the fact. The fact is the fact of what's happening. Kumare, my boss didn't like the work that I submitted. So because of that because that's the fact. That's it. He didn't like it. And he called me out on it. That's the circumstance. That's the fact. There's nothing you can change about that. So the thought, the mindset that happens because of that circumstance is
I'm a failure.
Yes, I'm a failure. I suck.
Okay.
So your feeling is defeated. And because you're defeated, ano magiging action mo?
Wala.
Wala. Kasi parang,
Give up.
yun lang eh. Give up. Kasi you're a failure eh. Yun yung mindset mo eh. So, again, I go back to what I've been saying, what I've been preaching for the longest time, is that our thoughts create our feelings create our actions. So, what you do is, you think about how you want to feel. I want to feel energized. So, what do I have to think, even if the circumstance is this? My boss said my job was crap. If I want to feel energized, what should I think? That's the variable.
What's the answer? Ano yung thought?
The thought that you would be is, it's not too late. I can actually change pala. I can submit another work. Diba? It's not too bad. I mean, it's not too late. I can show. It's not too late. Okay, that's the thought.
Okay.
It's not too late. So your feeling is energized because it's not too late pala. So I have energy. So your action is, I'm gonna ask my boss what I can do. Diba?
Yeah.
At least may action. And then you listen. And because ganun na yung feeling mo, at least may nagawa ka.
Yeah.
So you ask what's happening. And then ang magiging result mo after that is you turn in better work. So yun, that's the thing about changing your mindset. That's the variable in this equation. The circumstance, your thought, your feeling, your action, then your result. In everything that you do, you can use this model. That's what you have to change. That's how important it is to change your mindset about things. Change your thoughts, because that dictates your results.
Nice.
Again, hashtag Life Coach Saab. My schedule is free on
Mondays. Okay. Zoom link. Anyway, I have three more. One, we always talk about this, but the importance of fitness. And that's why ako, yun nga, it's not about kailangan ko maging Dieter Ocampo. Diba?
I love your references talaga.
Hindi ko kailangan maging Carlo Aquino.
Or Carlos Agassi.
But the point is to treat everything scientifically. Kasi yun nga, the endorphins, it's true. Kaya nga whenever, let's say you feel shitty, you feel like you're in a rut, go for a run. That'll give you 20 minutes of happiness.
20 minutes lang?
Hindi. May calculation yun eh. Parang when I got my heart broken by Ahit Express.
Listen to our previous episodes to understand what Ahit Express is.
I googled like parang ano yung conversion rate of swimming in the pool and then the number of minutes to be happy.
Oh, that's so cute.
Tas in my journal dinalog ko.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, like kunwari, nag 60 laps ako, 20 minutes of happiness, parang gano'n. And then I'd write, ano yung 20 minutes na yun? Na I felt better. Tapos nagsusulat ako yung feeling ko.
Oh, that's so nice.
Para lang, kasi nga, you treat it like a science experiment. Nakikita mo na, oh, wow. So tomorrow, what if, totoo nga, I felt better. So I should, I had more energy after. Hindi ako napagod. But I think ang important rin dyan is choosing what type of exercise that is. Kasi ako rin naman, I made the mistake na I'm so stressed, I need to work out, and then I therefore injure my hand or whatever. So choose rin what would not burn you out, but at the same, just give you that endorphin rush.
Yeah.
Endorphins are the happy chemicals in your brain.
Yeah. Meron ako isa for fitness, real quick lang. What changed for me is breaking it down. Because I used to, diba, anong nangyayari is sobrang wala kang energy and you feel like a slob because you ate a whole box of pizza. So you say, okay, this has to stop. Okay, next week or for itong next month, I'm gonna work out every day. Like, walang mintis. I'm gonna work out every day. And then when I would set my goal as that, it would never work for me. Kasi I set the goal too high. I don't exercise ever. And then I'm gonna exercise every day. So look at me. For the past year, I've worked
Twice.
out twice a week of just maybe 30 to 40 minutes, and I have been super consistent.
Yeah.
I never missed any workout, and I feel great. And because I'm more, because okay yung fitness ko, because I work out kahit twice a week lang, for the rest of the week, I feel strong enough to do other stuff. Diba? Kasi I carry the kids.
And trust me, pod kids, Saab hated the gym. As in, like,
for me, it was the dumbest thing.
It was so parang unfathomable.
Ano?
It was like getting off.
And now I get off of fitness.
It was so unfathomable for Saab to like gym
Yeah.
in my free time.
Yeah, so that's my
Yeah.
tip. Don't make your goal too big. Whatever your goal is right now, maybe split it in half.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I think one more thing is proper diet, which we talked about naman kanina. But aside from the fuel thing, kaya kami ni Sab, we have our own vitamin boxes. And it's also another sign of aging because our parents used to have that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday pill box. But there was a point in my life that I would only drink, let's say, inom mo ang Berocca if, let's say, may hangover ako. Or alam ko nagpuyat ako, mag-Berocca ako the night before.
Yeah.
But it's true, ah.
It really works.
It's true. As in, like, parang if you have a heavy drinking night, kaya ang salo kasi sa hangover is vitamin B. And so what I would do, me and Manny, nakakatawa, after like mag-ubos kami ng 2 bote ng wine. Tapos, this was in our younger days.
Yeah.
And just to make it through the next day, yung nightcap namin is magbibiro kami.
And it worked for you.
It worked. So,
Well, that's the disclaimer. That's based on personal experience. We're not claiming that Berocca will
fix your hangover. So don't drink 5 bottles of gin and then expect
down a Berocca.
Yeah. Pero
What if you put Berocca in gin? No, just kidding. That's no.
no. Yeah, so the importance of supplements. Nakakatawa nga, it's such a hated word for people like you have to get supplements, you have to, whatever. But it's true.
Yeah, kasi you can't perfect it naman and measure it in everything that you're eating unless like you have all the time in the world to do that.
Yeah.
So these multivitamins and these supplements really help.
Yeah.
And now you don't drink your multivitamins just before or after drinking.
Ganun ako dati. Kung feeling ko na magkakasakit ako, dun lang mag-vitamins. And seriously, knock on wood, like I think it's been more than a year. I haven't had a fever.
Oh my gosh.
Or cough and cold.
Yeah.
Diba? So, yeah. And I'm not just saying that because Berocca is the sponsor of this episode. It's the perfect multivitamin that will help you be mentally sharp and physically strong. Pero it's true talaga. Yung joke nga namin ni Manny dati, isang Berocca lang yan.
Yes, that's true. Hindi, seryoso. When we go on
Well, pagpupuyat na.
Hindi, at saka pag may trip tayo, laging merong si Candy, laging sino gusto may Berocca?
Sino may Berocca? Sino may Berocca?
Sinong gusto ng Berocca? Like siya may baon. Berocca. You want.
Yeah, and I think when you do all those things, I think the last part is prioritizing based on your energy and the energy required from each task. So, no, it comes with self-assessment rin. Like before you begin your day, you know that, let's say, it takes you 5 minutes to do accounting kasi you're good at that. Then consider that as a low energy item. And put that where, let's say, umaga, mahina yung energy mo. Hindi mo naman kailangan masyado mag-isip when you do accounting. Then, to organize your schedule that way. Pero if you know that, let's say, writing captions for whatever, or writing in general is something hard for you, or doing like things that really require your willpower and energy, put them in a schedule when mataas yung energy level mo.
Yeah. And you can put it nga in a journal para you can figure out kung kailan sa day, when in the day do you feel most energized, and then you put the high energy stuff there, no?
Yeah.
You schedule the high energy stuff. Ako rin, when talking about prioritizing based on energy, that's how I do my projects now. Kasi tayo nga, di ba, factory. We have a billion projects. But the thing is, why you don't get overwhelmed and you just give up on these projects is to focus on weekly. Ito yung gusto kong ginagawa. Weekly, which of these projects do I want to give my energy to? Kasi all in all areas of your life, syempre, you have to put energy in it, diba? Pero these specific projects, yung talagang bibigyan mo ng energy this week. Kasi next week, it's another week. And you can put energy on those other projects then, diba?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there.
Yeah.
That's it.
Be
It's a really
energized.
fun episode.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Pod Mom and Pod Dad. I just want to say thank you for creating this amazing community and for giving us the best podcast ever. I have been a listener since 2018, and whenever I'm sad or whenever I'm working my graveyard shift, Wake Up with Jim and Sab has always been there for me. I'm also proud to say that I've converted my best friend Erica into being a pod kid, and now we always talk about how funny and great this show is. Yun lang, I hope masarap yung ulam niyo palagi. And stay safe and healthy. Bye!